Well, that happened. WWE finally aired on Netflix. This was hyped up to be on WrestleMania level. They stacked this event with their biggest stars and went all out on promoting Raw on Netflix. This is supposed to be the start of this new era. WWE on Netflix is supposed to be the future of sports entertainment. Are you not entertained? After sitting through Raw, this can only be called WrestleMania. This was not. This event was weird. I feel like after seeing the direction TKO's WWE is going, it is not the start of a new era, but rather the end of everything WWE, WWF was. WWE is now just one long advertisement. All the sponsors in the ring, and all the announcers do now is market a new ad campaign every 5 minutes. If that wasn't bad enough, this event had multiple commercials. It had more commercials than when it was on normal cable. Who thought it was a good idea to bring Hulk Hogan out to try and sell beer? This company is now completely a corporation of suits and board members. Hulk Hogan, with all his bad issues, gets booed out of the building. This was not a good look. If WWE was trying to bring back old fans and get new viewers, they probably failed. That Hulk Hogan segment was horrible. You could see the look on Hulk's face, which shows that he wasn't expecting this type of reaction. To make it worse, the announcers kept reminding everyone that Hogan's Beer Company is in a partnership with WWE. Are they trying to drive people away? Pause. If you like these types of videos, hit subscribe to get more content like this. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. But let's get to the main biggest issue, which deals with the biggest star in the world. The final boss himself has killed WrestleMania this year, and the Bloodline storyline. The Rock, the final boss, not anymore. There is no more final boss. I guess The Rock and Triple H forgot that The Rock is supposed to be a heel. He hates Cody and was disappointed in Roman's loss at WrestleMania 40. The Rock starts talking and he starts glazing Cody, saying how Cody carried the company on his back for the last year. The same Cody that you, The Rock, left bloody in the rain. The same Cody who you beat with a belt and was going to give the belt to Mama Rhodes. The same Cody The Rock said he would be back to deal with Cody. This man beats Cody down in front of his mom, and now all of a sudden The Rock has so much love and respect for Cody and hugging him. Cody is so happy that The Rock is not mad at him anymore. This is trash writing, long-term booking my ass. This Bloodline story ended last year at WrestleMania 40, so it looks like we have been here sitting through filler this whole time. This Bloodline storyline they have been telling was always meant to lead nowhere. All those hints and teases of the final boss pulling the strings were fake. So we just wasted a whole year following this Bloodline story. We endure this bad fake Tribal Chief storyline with the belief that The Rock was the one pulling the strings. Why else would the rest of the Bloodline all of a sudden decide to follow the jobber solo if he wasn't being backed by a higher power? The Rock killed a year's worth of storylines in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I will admit this show was disappointing. I'm still having trouble dealing with how they blew up The Rock's and Roman Bloodline storyline. We thought we were getting the return of the final boss, not whatever version of The Rock we got at this Netflix premiere. What's going on? So Solo wasn't taking orders from The Rock. What was with that Rock appearance a few months back, with him counting down, 3, 2, 1. All these months of so-called build-up were for nothing. So no Rock, and Roman at 41. This is some of the worst writing and booking I have seen in a long time. The Rock is now known as the High Chief, but he barely has any involvement with the Bloodline. Even when he was first introduced as a final boss last year, the only Bloodline member he would talk to or interact with was Roman. And now he's coming out and crowning Roman Tribal Chief. What type of storytelling is this, where they do that at? It looks like our man Dave Meltzer called it months ago, when he claimed that there were no plans for The Rock at WrestleMania 41. The WWE was the ones promoting fake news. And where do I start about the Tribal Combat match? What is this? Every Bloodline match is a Bloodline rules match. How many times are they going to keep going to the same well? When did Tribal Combat turn into no DQ? I thought the Tribal Combat was supposed to be no interference. WWE don't even follow their own rules anymore. They are just killing storylines out of the blue. Even if they try to start the Rock versus Roman thing down the line, it won't be the same. They have knocked the wind out of this whole thing. Can no one stay in character anymore? We didn't get The Rock, we got Dwayne Johnson. He starts talking about all the sponsors and how much money they're making. Basically, Dwayne Johnson cut a bad promo talking about nothing relevant to WWE storylines, or anything that benefits the fans. For an event that was built up to be like a WrestleMania, this didn't hit. This thing only had like 4 matches. The so-called WrestleMania level event with 3 hours, and only 4 matches. How? This was filler after filler. The biggest thing that people are talking about from the Netflix Raw premiere is Hulk Hogan getting booed out of the building. Maybe WWE is going to give up this sports entertainment business and become an alcohol-selling company instead. Because you got Hogan and The Rock trying to sell you on their beer and tequila brands. The WWE's new marketing campaign will sound something like this. We got beer, Snickers, and Fortnite over here. They have more ads and commercials than ever before. It was more ads than the WWE content. This was just bad.
The show opens with Triple H, and then The Rock, and Cena came out later and said almost the same thing. They said, this is the start of a new era, and how great it is to be on Netflix. Cena is the exception. He goes into his plans about his retirement. So Cena plans to win the Royal Rumble, I guess, since this might be the last Royal Rumble in the States. So let's say Cena does win the Rumble. What do we get? Cody versus Cena, or Gunther versus Cena at Mania 41? Both of those options are terrible. I will hard pass on that. This Netflix premiere has pretty much killed all hype for WrestleMania 41. Let me ask you this, how is this supposed to be your biggest show ever, and you don't even have your 2 champions, Cody or Gunther, in a match, or have a promo from them? What are new viewers supposed to think when you put all these other superstars above your champions? And please don't say Liv. We got the same Liv versus Rhea match we've been getting for the last 6 months. Isn't this like the 7 or 8 times we had this match in the past year? Liv and Ray's main beef is built off of Ray's Dominic cheating on Rhea. What are we watching, Desperate Housewives, or something? And this storyline has been going on for most of almost a year. Please make it stop. Most people weren't even cheering for Rhea. I hate to say it, but they have ruined Rhea's character these past months. She has become a boring character now. More people are rooting for Liv than Rhea. These two should not be the representatives of the WWE Women's Division. They are making this division into a joke. And what was that with Drew and Jay? Who made the call on that finish? How long are they going to keep burying Drew's character? Drew was during some of his best work last year, but for some reason, Triple H just won't let him go to that next level. They keep letting Drew get close to being a top star, but then they pull the rug from under him, sending him back down to mid-card. And don't get me started on that main event. I will let one of you cover that. This show wasn't bad, just confusing and mid.
It's funny all this build-up for Raw on Netflix, and how people thought it was going to no longer be PG rated. Until Triple H said that they were staying kid-friendly programming. So tell me why you got people smoking weed, and also have The Rock drinking and driving. Is this what kid-friendly is supposed to be? I'm just saying WWE needs to pick one of the other. All these mixed signals are just confusing. All the ads they have in the ring now are too much. This is no longer pro wrestling or sports entertainment, it's just an ad campaign hub now. All these ads are just distracting and annoying. They have tainted the product. Say what you will about Vinnie Mac, he would have never allowed his WWE to be whored out like this. I know, bad joke. The point I'm trying to make is that TKO's WWE is destroying everything Vince built. It's time for everyone to say the truth about Triple H's booking and storytelling. It's not good. What is the point of KO and Cody getting involved in tribal combat? KO had plenty of better opportunities to attack Roman, but he chose now as the time.
This was a perfect example of something being overhyped. They had been hyping this thing to the moon and didn't come close. This show was just weird and confusing. I'm not sure if The Rock is just doing whatever he wants, but he just blew up multiple storylines. So if that was Triple H's plan, I don't see much future for WWE. All these storylines will never mean anything if The Rock can just come in and change things on the spot. If Triple H does make the final decisions, this event just proves Triple H is a bad writer and booker. We have seen a year of bad writing to prove that point. What do some of you think? Put it in the chat. Remember to hit that subscribe button. It's back to the shadows. Thanks for watching.